YouTube, back with another reaction video. I'm back with another Kevin Samuels video. So yeah, y'all, this one's another one where he schools her on some shit that she didn't think too much about, which most ladies, they don't think too much about these things when it comes to the men. It wasn't really argumentative. She was understanding his point. She brought her point. It was a great conversation. Let's go ahead and dive into it, you guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all.
To keep the women kind of more dependent. When as soon as black women's financial future was separated from black men, i.e. government, that's when all bets are off. So, and this is why so many of these black women, I think, feel unprotected or say, we need protection, we need this, we need that. Well, that's a response from the men not being respected. Men aren't going to go rush to protect something that doesn't even respect them.
So, can we say we're arguing what came first, the chicken or the egg, or you're just automatically saying women?
No, it came first. No, it's you guys came first. You did. Women did it.
We approached the disrespect first.
Yeah, because in the 60s, read the Monahan report and read Monahan Scissors. Women chose the government over their man.
So, and I hear you. So are you saying it's us as black women, the responsibility to change the narrative?
Yeah, because we never left the table. I said this on my YouTube channel. If a war is over, the gender war is over, the war between men and women are over, two warring sides, the war is over. They come sit down and do what? They have a peace treaty, right? They have peace talks.
Okay.
It's the losers who go to the winners and hammer out a deal. The winners don't travel to the losers' territory and give them anything. You can obviously see women lost the gender war. 80% of children born out of wedlock. 1 in 4 black women are married in their lifetime. That's a loss. So, regardless,
so you think to gain some type of power back, we started disrespecting our men.
Well, I don't know if that was the initial thought. I mean, I will say that I don't believe that in mass black women thought, I'll just take money and kick men out of the house. I do think there was some short-sightedness of long-term effects, because even the greater society was surprised at how black women responded when they were given government aid. That's Monahan Scissors. They were like, they expected when the benefits stopped that the women would start to rely more on their men. No, how women actually addressed it was to have more kids to get more benefits. But we can't go back to 1965. We're in 2021. Corona just happened.
So what do we do now?
Well, what are y'all going to do?
If I'm understanding, we have all these angry black women. We have these men who never left the table. I'm just trying to like wrap up, right?
Well, so, yeah, I'll tell you what we do.
We have all these black men who are just waiting to love on us, and we're angry. What is it now as black women? What do we do? Because I'm curious.
Well, first of all, you admit you lost. You admit you were wrong, and come back with some humility. Because we all you got. White men ain't sitting there waiting to marry you. Hispanic men ain't sitting there waiting to marry you. Middle Eastern men and Asian men are not ready to sit there and marry you. Either you marry us, you marry each other, or you buy a dog and die alone. Those are the 3 options. Because
that's not because now you see women freezing their eggs and they're talking about they're gonna have their kids on their own. So,
and that's still dying alone. Okay.
Yeah.
If you cannot, but you still have to have a sperm donor. And see the fact
you still need the man.
But see, and the fact, and I thank you for bringing that point up. The fact that you have women that are that belligerent, that'll be willing to go to those lengths instead of getting some therapy, sitting their hot pants down and trying to figure out how to work themselves out with a man. That says something as far as I'm concerned. No other group of women has fought to be apart from their man like black women have. And black men ain't done nothing to y'all. We have never been a patriarchy. That color purple stuff was a fiction. Black men have never had that kind of power over you guys.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate, although we know the devil don't need an advocate, right? Let's play devil's advocate. Maybe, and I do agree with you. I personally have my personal opinions with, you know, women who do decide to go that route. But do you think it's because there are some women that saw it happen and it becomes now a possibility that, oh, maybe I can raise a child on my own because my mother raised me and my siblings and we turned out okay, or I've seen my aunts and other people.
Let me answer the question.
This is not my beliefs, but
I know, I get it, but let me answer the question. Yeah. How old are you?
33.
33. All right. 20 years ago, the black community was a better place or a worse place than it is today. Is it a better place or a worse place when you were 13? 20 years ago.
20 years ago when I was 13, I think it was better, maybe because I was maybe sheltered and naive.
Okay, I know, because it was better. Yeah. We still, okay, and 20 years before that, it was even better.
Okay.
Right now in 2021, we have plus 80% out of wedlock childbirth rate. Black boys are reading at a 4th grade level.
Yes.
So there's a difference between maintaining a child and raising a child. Is the black community today, 2021, better off than it was in 1950? Jim Crow segregation and all the other stuff, which was better.
No, I have strong beliefs in that. I feel like we should have kept it in a sense of keeping it black.
So to say that the women feel like that, well, I saw my mother do it, yeah, but it's not successful. Just because you're alive doesn't mean you're successful.
Well, but the only reason I say that is because there's some people that can argue. There are doctors, lawyers, engineers that came from single mothers. So there are some people that argue those points.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have people.
And this is that 3% versus the 97%.
Okay.
That's what that is. That's the 3% looking for the exception, and the exception only goes to prove the rule. I judge it based on one thing. Any society is built around the strength of its men. Where are black boys at right now?
Most of them are incarcerated.
The bottom. They're at the bottom. Academically, they're dropping out at alarming rates, and that's the next.
I work in the school district.
So that's the next group of black men. How do you build a community with a bunch of people reading at a 4th grade level and dropouts? What has to happen is black women need to realize you cannot do it alone. Every other race of women realizes they need their men. Need them. Not optional, you need them. And that's where the ego and the humility and all that needs to come back. And that's what happens when someone loses a war. Because this side over here and this side over here, they were fighting. At one time, either side thought they could win, but there's a time when something happened and one side realized they were losing.
Well, that's also because women, like you said, women are progressing. You know, the income gap, in a sense where there's more opportunity for women. Women are graduating at a high level. Women are graduating.
That's a misnomer. That's a misnomer. No, science, engineering, technology. Hold on, ma'am. I have to correct this all the time, and I'll do it here. Science, engineering, technology, and math, the things that run a society, women are not. They're not growing in these fields. Women are graduating in humanities and things like that. They're not growing in the things that actually make money. The wage gap is a myth. Black men, women and men make the same amount of money. Actually, women make more money with the same income and the same job title when it's adjusted for the amount of actual hours worked. See, there's a lot of propaganda that floats around in the black community. But at the end of it all, when that pandemic hit, everybody else was hunkered down with their family. And I saw many black women out there going home, and it was just them and their dog. And that's the reality. Every other group, women can swim across the Rio Grande with a man from Mexico, and he can sell cans and pick up trash and be a day laborer. But that man still gets respect in his house. Until black women submit, become humble, respectful to their men that they need, how do you expect to have a community? You cannot have it with a bunch of mother-led households and there are no men. You raise the very men that women raise the very men that they end up
hate.
So at what point, my question to you is, you're 33 years old, and even though this may not sound good, at what point do women, sisters stop digging and start realizing that, you know what? It is time for us to stop this fight and try to make peace with black men.
I mean, listen, we can have this conversation. I can get it. I've seen that you turn off the comments. One person can get it, 2 women can get it, 3 women, but it's the majority in a sense, right? Like the majority, it has to be a consensus where like all women come together and say, okay,
that's where I differ. So I tell no. I'm not trying to get the women. All you need is 10% for a tipping point. What really needs to happen is women like yourself saying, you know what? The best way to show other women or to get women to get on board is to you go find you a man, husband, go make some black babies and go build a black community with the rest of the black folks. And then the single folks and sit over here and do what they want to.
But those women are not.
What does it say in the airport? What does it say when you're in the airplane? The mask drops down. You got to put it over your face first.
Oh, and save yourself before you save someone else?
Yeah, women need to start saving themselves because it is when I talk to women, there's always y'all trying to, well, what do we do with the other one and other sisters? Save yourself.
No, that's fine. We can save ourselves, but the percentage of women that are screaming out, I got a good man versus the one that is screaming, he ain't about nothing, is lower in a sense, right?
So the women are screaming, okay.
The women that have the good men, the men that are doing something, that are taking care of the household, that are happy in a healthy relationship, they're not really out there boasting and screaming out their top of their lungs like, okay, I have this, whereas you have the women
but why?
I don't know, because it's more appealing. It's more, listen, I'm on Clubhouse and it's every day it's a room about men this, men that. So because it's more appealing.
Hold on. I asked at the beginning, do you think the average black woman even gives black women respect? So when a black man is doing it right, he don't even get credit. But when he does it wrong, we saw this in the 80s. All over talk show TV. This is why the problem is not on the men's side. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. The stats are in. Black folks, black men are not the issue. This is why black women have a really dysfunctional way of looking at the men to, even in your scenario, to say, well, only 1 in 4 will get married. So if you're one of the 4 that has a man and he's doing the right thing, you should be walking around with a sign saying he's the shit. Instead of he still ain't did this shit right. Because you gotta be honest. When was the last time you went to a beauty shop and you saw a woman who's in a relationship singing the praises of her man?
Well, when that happens as a woman.
When was the last time you've seen that happen? That's a goddamn shame.
Well, let's consider it's COVID. So let's consider the last time I went to a beauty shop.
Before COVID, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame that black men.
It's COVID, okay? So even if I say 2019. It doesn't mean that we had a whole pandemic. So let's consider
we
that
got a whole damn problem. The sisters need to find a way to start praising. See, that's why I say forget the men. Forget the men. What are you doing with your boys? And your boys don't get praised. Your boys aren't getting what they need. So if you're not going to do it for your boys, the men ain't got a shot. So this conversation, it's going to be seen by a lot of people.
I'm asking you.
This conversation is going to be seen by a lot of people. At the end of the day, black men want what every other group of men want: basic human respect.
No, definitely. But what I asked you is, I answered your initial question.
Yeah, I got it.
I asked what you said?
I said I got it.
Yeah, but what I asked you is like, okay, let's just give an example. If I'm doing it and I'm in a group of females that my homegirls, we do that too, where we praise our men, then what? What about the ones who still don't do it? You know,
I'll explain it to you. They won't be around you.
But then that's still not gonna eliminate the notion of what you're saying.
No. If you're doing it and your homegirls are doing it, the ones that aren't doing it will leave because no one wants to hear them bitch and moan. In order to be down with the group, they're gonna have to come and start praising their men. Because ladies, when one woman starts complaining, another woman starts complaining. Save yourself. See, what's more likely is that one woman will start praising, and then the rest of the group will shout you down to get you back on program. Now, we don't want to hear that shit.
I've seen that.
And that's so you gave me this utopian thing that don't happen, and that's what needs to happen. If your man's
it's not utopia, because it does happen.
It doesn't happen. No. If it happened even close to being enough, black men would not feel so dejected when dealing with relationships with sisters. You already said the black men don't even get basic respect, so we damn sure not getting praise.
No, but what I'm asking you is the point that you just made go to my point, right? Where you have our group of women that are doing that, but the group. Why is it? I just gave you an example.
Okay, but what you give me is a theoretical example. A theoretical group of women.
No, that's actually happening. I have a group of friends who, if we have the single ones, but then we have the ones that are in relationship. We're not bashing men. We're not sitting here talking about he ain't shit. We this, we that. Like,
so what's the problem?
The problem is the fact that the narrative is that there are black women that are angry. There are black women that don't.
Well, you know what? You know who put that narrative out there in the first place?
Black women.
Exactly. That's who needs to fix it. From the late 1970s through the 80s and 90s, black women sat up on Sally Jessy Raphael, Donahue, Oprah, Ricky Lake, talk shows, running down black men. Essence, Ebony, you got Waiting to Exhale, Color Purple.
But Waiting to Exhale was directed by Forest Whitaker.
Let me finish. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because Waiting to Exhale, there were also positive stories in that book that did not make it to the movie.
Oh, I didn't read the book.
I did.
I didn't read. I was 13. I didn't read.
I read it. That pissed me off because they put all the bullshit on the movie. Because it goes into a narrative to make you guys the victim queens you've been. You're a victim. It's the perpetual victims. And the narrative, the reason why it is so easy for the remainder of the world to run black men down is because they hear our own women tearing us down. Mm-hmm. I'm the only group of men that go into the world, and we have to deal with the perception of the world and the perception our women give to the world. So you want a better perception of your men? Change how you talk about us.
No, I totally agree with you. This is not a conversation.
I'm glad you agree, but when are you gonna? And I'm glad you agree. But you say, how do you get the other women on the same page? You and your friends that are doing it, right? You got to shout them down. Every time. Here's another thing. Every time you see a black woman talking shit, running down a man, you go after her and shout her down like y'all come after men who are talking about women. Because y'all tend to let women ride. when a man's talking about a woman, you can count on black women to come in there and try to check you.
Definitely.
But when a black woman is talking about black men, y'all are just like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's foul. Y'all need to be shutting your sister down because she's talking about your son, your sister, your son, and your brother.
Well, I'm not that. I'm not.
I didn't say you, ma'am. I didn't say you. I said that.
Okay.
You asked how you wanted. If the problem is with the narrative of how women talk about men, then if women started, imagine a world for a year. What are you looking at over there?
Oh, it's my laptop. What happened?
Because we're talking right here, and it's like,
and I'm paying attention. Go ahead.
Imagine a world for a year to where a woman came in and she just started complaining about her man, and she got checked by the women saying, "Girl, please be quiet. You got a good man. I don't want to hear that shit." Just imagine what a year of that would do.
I've witnessed that. I witnessed.
Okay,
that.
I'm talking about just not witnessing. I mean, that was the standard. To where the only time we want to hear some real complaints is when something really happened, not just you in here fussing. Because every time a black woman fusses about a black man, people hear it and they take that into themselves, and that's how they see us. The world sees us through your eyes. You want to change it? Change how you talk about us.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree.
And the only ones that can check black women are black women.
We can't even do that.
Oh yeah, you can. You can check about ostracism. Yeah, oh yeah, you can. You don't have the strength to do it. You don't have the strength to do it, but you can. Because if it's
then we're labeled.
No. If it's 4 of y'all and Alice comes in there talking that shit, I say, Alice, you need to get up out of here with that. And Alice gone. We don't want to hear that. And if Alice realizes that she ain't getting invited back over to play spades because she come in here talking that shit, Alice will come in on a different tune. Women psychologically are wired to care about the good opinion of their other women. That is how women. That is part of your genetic makeup. That's part of your psychological makeup. Women respond to the pressure of other women.
Okay.
But
that goes back to what I'm saying is that goes back to my point that I made is that's in your group, right? Like that's in your group of females, but sometimes it ends there though. It ends there. We're speaking logically. We're speaking to the, okay, but your
group is a microcosm of your life. If it was just ending there, it wouldn't be a global problem. The problem is it doesn't end there. It goes from your group to this group to that group to the world. Bottom line is what I'm saying is and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna wrap it up. At the beginning, I said, what are men supposed to do about these women who are upset? And you basically said here's an idea. Men could do this a certain way. And my response was no.
Say what I said.
No, I'm gonna say what I said.
No, I said.
No, I'm gonna say what I said. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna wrap up. No, I'm gonna wrap up my program the way I'm gonna wrap it up.
No, I understand, but I don't want
I'm gonna wrap up my
program answer the wrong way though.
The way I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
Thank you. Bottom line is, I said no. The responsibility is not upon the men to handle you with kid gloves. The responsibility is on the men to decide whether or not you got your head in the right place and leave you alone.
But that's what I said. That's why I asked you to repeat what I said.
I know what. All right. I mean, okay. See, I said what I said for a reason.
Okay.
Is this really a hill worth dying on?
No, definitely not.
All right. Well,
I just want to make sure my point. Okay.
Ma'am, I don't want to go back. Okay. Bottom line is this: the accountability is on women. It's not on men. It's not on men to talk to you a certain way. It's not on men to coddle your feelings. It's not on men to bring you up to a level. Men didn't do anything to men aren't the responsibility. It's not our responsibility. It's in a ditch right now. It's on you guys. It's on you guys, and it's for you to figure out how to fix it to come back to your men. Because right now you still have men to come back to. One thing that women in general, black women in particular, have never really contemplated is, what if black men aren't there for you to come back to? What if they just said, forget, I don't want to deal with y'all, period. Then where you gonna go? There's no one else. It's up to you guys to fix you guys. And present. I said this on my channel. Men are the consumers of the product that is a woman. If men aren't buying the product that is a woman, it's for women to make a better product. It's not for them to chastise the consumer and ask them why aren't you buying. Mm-hmm. But this has been good back and forth, though. I got to get to somebody else. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Later.
Bye-bye.
So that's the end of the video, you guys. And yeah, like I said, it was a good discourse, back and forth commentary. She had her points, he had her points, but I mean, at the end of the day, she has to understand that for ladies to want to go to that degree of getting a sperm donor, not wanting to deal with a man at all, but still have a child, and then you can't defer if it's a lady or a male. Let it be a son, and then you grew up a son by yourself. Like that's the stupidity. So I'm glad that she's not for ladies that abide by that go by, oh, let me go ahead and have a child without a man just from a sperm donor. Like, what the fuck? So you want to raise something that's supposed to be raised with two, not one. You want to put something into life just to fuck it up. You just want to put somebody in life just to fuck their life up. Like, you just want to be in their way. That's how I see it. You want to birth someone, and you just want to be in their way because you're just going to maintain the kid. You're not going to raise the kid. For what benefits? Like, why would people even do that? Why? Just don't have a kid if you can't deal with a man, especially vice versa for men that perceive they can't deal with women. You just don't deal with them then, but you're gonna get this whole surrogate, have a whole child. Come on, that is stupidity and emotional. There's so much driven emotion and pride. Oh, I could do it all by myself to the full extent. You cannot. Get this through your head. Understand that. Y'all enjoy the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, y'all.